सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. Today I will give you a summary of the 4th chapter titled Jiva Ishvara Dvaita Vivekaha. In the first shloka, Vidyaranya gives the subject matter. The subject matter is Jiva Srishti Ishvara Srishti Dvaita Vivekaha, or Jiva Ishvara Srishti Vivekaha. We can take anyway. Ishvara Dvaitam, Jiva Dvaita Vivekam, or Ishvara Srishti, Jiva Srishti Dvaita Vivekam. Vivekam means discrimination, analysis between, or the difference between Jiva Srishta Dvaitam and Ishvara Srishta Dvaitam. So the subject matter he introduced, there are 2 types of Dvaitam. One is Ishvara Srishta Dvaitam, another is Jiva Srishta Dvaitam. Having introduced this topic in the first shloka, he wants to present the importance of this chapter. Why I am introducing this topic? He says, there is a problem in Jiva Srishta Dvaitam. Jiva Srishta Dvaitam is harmful. Therefore, we have to remove Jiva Srishta Dvaitam. Ishvara Srishta Dvaitam is harmless. That we can retain. This is the point he wants to say. So, may you all understand what is Ishvara Srishta Dvaitam and what is Jiva Srishta Dvaitam, and how the Jiva Srishta Dvaitam is harmful for one's own peace and happiness, and how to remove that Jiva Srishta Dvaitam. What are the sadhanas? So, the whole chapter runs like this. Now, he gives from 2nd verse onwards up to 13th verse. Let us learn first what is Ishvara Srishta Dvaitam. What is Ishvara Srishta Dvaitam? In that topic, he talks about the Srishti. Because Ishvara Srishta is there, Srishti. How Ishvara does Srishti? How Ishvara does Srishti? For that he takes a lot of Upanishads. From each Veda, one Upanishad he takes and he quotes the Srishti Vakyams. Why Vidyaranya takes that Upanishadic mantras from Veda? Because God exists, God created the world, we can know only through Shastra. Because we cannot see God anywhere nearby. Only Shastra Pramanam is there to accept Ishvara. Not only that, this Srishti, how it has come, we have no clue at all. How this Srishti has come, we have no clue at all. Only Shastra Vishayam, that also. Ishvaraha asti, Ishvara Srishtihi asti, Ishvaraha eva Srishti Karanam. All these we come to know only through Shastra. The logicians, Nayayika says, we can establish this creation and Ishvara through logic. Logicians says, we can establish this Srishti and Ishvara by logic. But Vedantin says, logically we say, Ishvara and Ishvara Srishti cannot be logically established. Ishvara exists. You cannot prove logically. You cannot establish logically. Ishvara created in this manner, this Srishti, this is the mechanism you cannot establish through logic. That we prove logically. So Upanishads are the pramanam. There is God. God created the world. How He created the world, the Srishti Prakriya is there in all Upanishads. So Vidyaranya established the Shastra Pramanam. That is why he quotes Upanishadic mantras. So and so Upanishad, Aitareya Upanishad, Srishti Vakyani. Yajurveda Upanishad, Taittiriya Upanishad, Srishti Vakyani. Samaveda Upanishad, again Chandogya Upanishad Vakyani. Atharvana Veda, Mandukya Upanishad, or Mundaka Upanishad Vakyani. Like that, from each Veda and each Upanishad, one Upanishad, from one Veda he takes and quotes. What is that essence of that Srishti Prakriya? You know, all of you. Brahman plus Maya is called Ishvaraha. Who is the Srishti Karta? Ishvaraha. Who is Ishvara? Brahman plus Achetana Maya. Inert Maya or Prakriti principle. Then that Brahman becomes Maya Sahitam Brahma becomes Ishvaraha. Maya has got two powers. One is Avarana Shakti, another one is Vikshepa Shakti. Maya humbly serves to Ishvara. It is a servant to Ishvara. Oh Ishvara, you please use me, my Vikshepa Shakti, and create. You use my Vikshepa power. So Maya has got a Vikshepa power, creative power. Vikshepa means what there? Creative power. Through my creative power you create. Then Ishvara creates Devatas, Manushyas, Pashu, Pakshi, Kitakas. Then what happens? After creating them from Saptana Brahmanam, Vidyaranya quotes, after creating the jivas, he has to create food also for them. 2 types of food, 4 types of food. For Devatas, 1 type of food. For Manushyas, another type of food. For Pashu Pakshi, another type of food. So food is also created. Having created all of them, what Brahman does, this Ishvara, Ishvara sarvabhutanam hruddeshe arjuna tishtati brahmayan sarvabhutani yantra rudhani mayaya. That is Maya. Ajopisan avyayatma bhutanam ishvaropisan prakritim swam adhisthaya sambhavami atma mayaya. Bhagavad Gita. So Krishna borrowed from Upanishads. Sambhavami atma mayaya. Then after creating, the whole thing Maya is inert. What Bhagavan does? Anupravesha. Tas drishtva tanteva anupravishat tadanupravishya. So having entered, entry. Entry means what? Formation of a Chidabhasa. Entry means formation of a Chidabhasa. Reflection formation. Chidabhasa formation is called Ahankara. Ahankara is formed. Anena Jivena Namarupena Vyakaravani. I enter in the Jivas. That means what? Jivas becomes sentient. Once Chidabhasa is formed, they become sentient. According to their Jivas are infinite Jivas. Once he enters, the Jivas become sentient. They become sentient through Chidabhasa, reflection. Then this Maya cannot do anything to Ishvara. Having entered this Maya, Sahitam Brahma entered the Jivas, this Maya play a role to these Jivas, not to Ishvara. And this Maya asked the Jivas, now you have to dance according to my Nattuvangam. Gnapakam irukko? Oh Jiva, you have to dance according to my Nattuvangam. What is my Nattuvangam? Vikshepa Shakti, Avarana Shakti also. Avarana Shakti is there. Maya Avarana Shakti will not cover or disturb Ishvara. That is why Ishvara is Master Prabhu. Maya Avarana Shakti overpowers on Jiva, not on Ishvara. Now here only once Maya plays its Avarana Shakti on Jiva, Jiva Srishti begins. Where is Jiva Srishti starts? Because of Avarana Shakti of Maya, it is overpowered on Jiva, so Jiva Srishti begins. So from 2 to 13, Ishvara Srishti is over up to Anupravesha, entry. Then 14th to 31st shloka, now Srishti is ready, world is ready in front of us, objective universe, Bahya Prapanchaha. Bahya Prapanchaha, Sakshi Bhasya Prapanchaha. 3 points you have to remember. Ishvara Srishti is equal to Bahya Prapanchaha. Bahya Prapanchaha is equal to Sakshi Bhasyaha. It is available for Sakshi Chaitanyam. In English, if you want to say, objective world. Objective world. In objective world, Ishvara Srishti, Bahya Prapancha, there is no harm, there is no problem, there is no any sort of pain at all, as it is. Now, where samsara begins, from 14th to 31st shloka, he gives Jiva Srishta Dvaitam. What is Jiva Srishta Dvaitam? Jiva Srishta Dvaitam is Brahman plus Maya, Ishvara and Ishvara Srishti over. Now, they are Brahman plus Maya. Here body plus mind. Ange Biyam, inge Biyam. Okay, Brahman plus Maya, Ishvara created the world. Jiva Srishti, another B and Yam. B plus Yam plus what? That interaction. Entry. After entry plus my own projection. Brahman plus Maya, adalla Ishvara Srishtila. Brahman plus Maya is equal to Ishvara. So you write in short form B plus Yam. There also you write B plus Yam, Brahman plus Maya, Ishvara. When you come to Jiva Srishti, also B plus Yam. You have to write on the top of the notebook, B is equal to body, Yam plus is equal to mind. Here. There, B is equal to Brahman. Yam is equal to Maya. Otherwise, after 10 years, you read your notes. You will get confused. Sometimes we use abbreviations. We do not know what is that elaboration, explanation, expansion. We do not know. It's a big problem. Therefore, careful. You have to see that. Vikshepa Shakti is used by Ishvara. Avarana Shakti is not used by Ishvara. Avarana Shakti used Jiva. Okay. Here, there he is a master. Here I am a servant. Maya is the master. Jiva is the servant. There Maya is the servant. Ishvara is the master. Now you know why we worship God? Only because of one reason. Why we worship God? Maya is servant in the case of Ishvara. In the case of Jiva, Jiva is the servant to Maya. Great difference. No? Only because there Avarana Shakti is nil. In Ishvara's case, Avarana Shakti is not active. Avarana Shakti of whom? Maya. Totally silent. She is humble, obedient servant there. Here, once it comes to the Jiva's standpoint, Jiva's case, she becomes the master. Avarana Shakti of Maya becomes so powerful, the Jiva, miserable Jiva, become a servant, dasaha. This is the difference between Ishvara and Jiva. Best clue how to understand Ishvara and Jiva difference. This is the clue. Therefore, from now you understand the important point. The entire creation, don't take Ishvara Srishtadvaitam is different somewhere. Jiva Srishtadvaitam is somewhere. This is north side, that is south side. Don't take like that. Or Ishvara Srishtadvaitam is up, Jiva Srishtadvaitam is down. Don't differentiate space-wise. They are not separate. Really speaking, they are not separate. Only one Srishti is there. In that one Srishti, Jiva, by his own interpretation, body plus mind plus interpretation, there only entry. Creation plus entry. In Ishvara's case. In Ishvara's case, entry only Srishti plus entry. Creation, then entry. In the Jiva's case, entry, okay, entry is there here also, but interpretation is according to his samskara, according to his how he brought up from childhood, based on vasana, based on karma. The same world, from the standpoint of Jiva, it is Jiva Srishti. The same world from Ishvara's standpoint is Ishvara Srishti. Same world. This point we have to clearly understand. Same world, from Ishvara's standpoint is Ishvara Srishti. From Jiva's standpoint, it is Jiva Srishti. Again, I will repeat. Same world, same prapancha, from Ishvara's standpoint, it is Ishvara Srishti, where Avarana is not active. Same world, from Jiva's standpoint, it is Jiva Srishti, how Jiva interprets. It is called Jiva Srishti. For example, another important punch point, punch line. Ishvara Srishti is called Karya Prapancham. It is a Karya Prapancham, it is a product created by the Lord. From Jiva's standpoint, Ishvara Srishti is a Bhogya Prapancham. It is a Bhogya Prapancham. What do you mean by Bhogya Prapancham? For example, you see this flower, rose flower. From Ishvara Srishti standpoint, it is a rose flower, that's all. It is a rose flower, Karyam. From Jiva standpoint, I like it. It is called Jiva Srishti. Bhogyam. I enjoy. Same rose flower, another person, no, don't bring near to me. I get allergy. I get wheezing problem. In Ishvara Srishti, there is no problem. It is a rose. But in Jiva standpoint, for one person it is a Bhogya Vastu. For both of them Bhogya Vastu. For one person it gives Dukkha. For one person it gives Sukha. Sukha Dukkha Pradaha Prapanchaha Jiva Srishtihi Bhogya Prapanchaha. Bhogya Prapancha means nothing but Sukha Dukkha Pradaha. It is the giver of pain and pleasure. Ishvara Srishti will never give pleasure and pain. As a rose, it is neither a pleasurable object or painful object. As a rose, it is a rose as a rose. It's an object. Bahyam, vastu. Now I interpret this. What? Sukha pradaha. Another person, dukkha pradaha. So certain objects are sukha pradam for us, certain objects are dukkha pradam. Why? Because of my interpretation, how I look at it. One more example, America is nice for some people, so nice Swamini it is. Sukha pradaha, nice air, sterile water, everything is in order. Mostly, okay, almost. Some people it is sukha pradaha. You ask another person, yo, Swamini, America is not at all sukha pradam, dukkha pradam manna. America as America, Ishvara Srishti is as it is. Sukha pradaha, dukkha pradaha is from Ishvara standpoint or Jiva standpoint. For one fellow it is sukha pradam, for another fellow it is dukkha pradam, miserable. This is called Bhogya Prapancha. And now you understand? Sukha prada dukkha prada prapanchaha eva jiva srishtihi. Yoshita. What Shankaracharya, Vidyaranya's example, Yoshita. Woman as a female created in this creation as Yoshita is Ishvara Srishti. There is no problem. Woman as a Karya Prapancha, no problem. Once she becomes Nananda, Sasural, no? Mother-in-law, she is my mother-in-law, she is my daughter-in-law, she is my daughter, she is my sister-in-law, problem. As a woman, no problem. As a mother-in-law, problem. You see? Interpretation. When I identify with that object. Now present news is what? A lot of technology is available. Samsara isn't at the full doorsteps nowadays. Those days samsara was news to come, any letter to come, 4 days, 5 days it takes. So samsara is little far. When slow varum samsara. Ippo at doorsteps, early morning newspaper. Before newspaper, in the Facebook, SMS, mail. So many are there available, samsara reaching to you so fast. What is going to happen 2014 elections? A person who is interested in politics, he reads only political news. He is very much worried about that news. A person who loves games, sports, Sachin Tendulkar, Bharat Ratna, he deserves or not. Reading all editors, letters, editorial he reads, and letters to the editor also they read. He is interested in that. Somewhere one boy, 546 runs at the age of 15, Bombay. Next to Sachin Tendulkar. Avanukku adhe news da interpretation parunga. One person never looks at that news. Sachin Tendulkar and that runs, this is not a subject matter for some people. For one person, political news at all, not relevant at all. So, creation, the world is as it is, but with what I identify, I interpret is the problem. Now how Vishwanathan Anand is going to play today? His Jatakam is going to be decided today. Swamini, how you know all these news? General news, people. Now he is going to lose championship or he is going to preserve that. Many people are worried about that. Who is worried about that? Not you and I. The person who is interested in chess. Because you are not interpreting that Bhogya Prapancha, because you are not interested. You are interested in only gas cylinder Varuma. Phone bill has I have paid or not. Something or other, your problems. Some people have another problem, you have your own problem. These are all interpretational problems. Okay, body, mind plus your interpretation. So, Jiva Srishta Dvaitam, you have to remove. Ishvara Srishta Dvaitam, you need not remove, you cannot remove, you should not remove. Jiva Srishta Dvaitam alone is harmful. Because of that only. One more example what Shankara Vidyaranya gave. Vidyaranya gave another example. If a person hears the news, the son's death news, but that has not yet reached to him, they not heard that news. In some war, his son is a soldier, suppose. And the news is coming, it's not yet reached. Actually, that person died. But he is thinking what? My son is alive. Kushi kushiya irka. But son is already dead. He has not interpreted still yet. The news, when it reaches to you only, it gives unhappiness. Even though that bad news already happened, but it has not reached to you. They are making lot of noise, suppose, somewhere. It has not reached that news. It has already gone. But you are happy or unhappy now? Happy only. This person is happy, not sad. Why? Even though that person dead, why this person is not unhappy? Not yet interpretation. Interpretation has not yet started. That news has not yet reached. So now tell me, where is samsara? Now what is samsara karanam? Come on. Sense organs, they look at the object and they report to the mind. These are all entry gates. No? All pancha jnanendriyani are entry gates. In cinema hall also, entry and exit are push and pull. You know, nowadays you go, they push the sense objects inside. Sense organs push the objects inside. Once they push the objects inside, eyes goes to see flower and this is a jasmine. This object is pushed towards my mind. And music season, you love the music, suppose. Some people music season, they are ready. September month ready for music season. Some people music season, music kannave pidikadu. So music by God, Ishvara Srishti is same. Is neither dukkha karanam or sukha karanam. For some people, music season is a sukha karanam. For some people, music is a dukkha karanam. Now what you say for this? So sense organ push the objects into the mind, then mind sends to the buddhi, and mind and buddhi together start functioning. This is nice, this is not nice. This is favorable, this is not favorable. Rain is good, now Helen is going to come. You know who is Helen? Helen is going to come. Who will bother? Who will bother about Vishwanatha Ananda? Champion vanda enna varla enna. Helen vanda enna varla enna. Namakitta vanda da theriyum namakku. Helen engiyo varudhu, Andhra varudhu. Don't ask who is Helen. Helen is another name for the new cyclone who is going to come. So Andhra people are worrying very much. We are very happy. Not yet come, no? So, a world as it is, no problem. When it comes to you, into your mind, into your buddhi only, it causes either sukha or dukkha. Now tell me, where is samsara? Jiva Srishta Dvaitam is outside or inside? Inside. Because I am subjectively looking at the objects. I am not seeing the object as object. I am taking that object into me and I interpret according to my samskara, my vasana, my karma. All these I interpret that way and I convert that bhogya vastu, that karya vastu into bhogya vastu. Okay, I convert the karya vastu, which is of Ishvara Srishti, into bhogya vastu, either sukhapradam or dukkapradam. As a bhogya vastu, I convert. This is my subjective creation. So subjective creation is called antara srishti. Ishvara srishti is bahya srishti. Jiva srishti is what? Antara srishti, subjective, focusing on my own body, mind, complex. I myself suffer, interpret and suffer. So this samsara you have to eliminate. Come out of jiva srishti, come out of subjective projection. Look at Ishvara Srishti as Ishvara Srishti. Rain comes, good or bad. Don't say either good or bad. Let it come. Sun is there, your own sun. That sun is also there. This sun is also there. See, look at your own son as he is. Daughter as she is. Ishvara Srishti, no problem. My son should be like this. My daughter should be like this. If they are not like this, I am... It is a dukkha pradaha. Who? Daughter. Daughter is a dukkha pradaha. Son is a dukkha pradaha. If they listen to me, they are what pradaha? Sukha pradaha. So daughter, son, bhogya vastu. I convert the girl, boy, who are all that part of creation. I convert that boy, girl into putra, putri. Putra, putri vandachana samsara. If she listens to me, bhogya vastu sukha pradaha. If she won't listen to me, dukkha pradaha. So I convert the karyam into bhogyam and I suffer or I enjoy. It's my likes and dislikes. This is the best chapter you want to get Jnana Nishtha. Idu nariya padicha podum. Okay. And then this is Jiva Srishti. Now 32 to 37, he says, Jiva Dvaitam alone is cause for bandha karanam. Is cause for bandha. How it is cause for bandha? The reasons we saw that how the sense organs, mind and buddhi are taking that karya vastu, converting that karya vastu into bhogya vastu, and once it becomes a bhogya vastu, it is a bandha karanam. That is why our people say a son is not a son before he is going to become your son. He is the child of God. So look at the son objectively as Ishvara Srishti. Don't take your mine. And the ahankara, mamakara is the cause for your dukkha. Ahankara and mamakara, you are converting the Ishvara Srishti into Jiva Srishti is called ahankara, mamakara. It is mine. Drop your mineness. To drop your mineness, you have to drop your I-ness. If you drop your I-ness, you are looking at the universe as universe, karya prapancha. See the world as world. Even this body, mind, complex. Don't claim this is my body. It is Ishvara Srishti. If I claim this is my body, it is called what? Antara interpretation. This is mine. My body, my clothes, my books. I can keep anyway. Our children say, no, it is my books only. Why you bother? They say mine. She says, this is my house. This boy says, this is my almirah. Hey, your almirah is in my house. Mother says. Both are fighting each other. One mother-in-law complains and daughter-in-law. I accept Swamini, but she won't do fast things. She is learning. How can she does the fast? You are 40 years experienced lady. And she expects the daughter-in-law to do fast. And she will go on grumbling. She is not able to accommodate a poor girl who came, newly 20-year-old girl. She cannot accommodate. What maturity she is having. That is why, this is my house. This is my house. As I wish she should do. That is called samsara. She has to see that girl, as a stree, in the creation of Ishvara. Whole house is creation of Ishvara. This body mind, my body mind is also Ishvara's only. Why can't we think like that? அப்படி இருந்தா சுகமா இருப்போமே, இருக்க மாட்டோம். Somehow we manage to suffer. No? Somehow we manage to suffer. This I-ness and mine-ness, then it comes my house, my son, my daughter. My son, my daughter extended later. My daughter-in-law. Because son's wife, no. Son's wife, then I developed my samsara, further extension of samsara. Then further extension, grandchildren, further extension of samsara. Irkanave samsara is minsaram. Okay. Extension further means suffering ka end illiye. Where is the end? So Vidyaranya asking, stop. Whenever a person is so angry, shouting, stop it. You say no. Stop it. Like that Vidyaranya asking, stop it. No. Stop it. Your jiva srishti. Enough. Why you are suffering unnecessarily? You are not having anything here. You are unnecessarily projecting. Mithya. Non-existent snake you are seeing and worrying, anxious. Non-existent snake. You are putri abhimana, putra abhimana, griha abhimana, deha abhimana, mana abhimana. Entire abhimana is really false interpretation. And you are doing false interpretation and suffering. Is it required? Come out of false interpretation. Non-existent snake. You are imagining a snake and you are interpreting there is a snake and worrying, anxiety and calling what? Snake charmer. In the Irula group, there are people who catch the snake, running to call that person. Running to call that person and going to Kapaleshwara temple. Running to call that person to chase, to take away this snake. Which snake? Existent or non-existent? Non-existent. This poor fellow, na jiva, who is interpreting the samsara, running to Kapaleshwara temple, Bhagavan, protect me, save me from where? From my daughter-in-law, from my mother-in-law, from my neighbor, save me. Bhagavan is asking. It is like asking that non-existent snake, எடுத்துட்டு போப்பா na எப்படி இருந்தா தானே எடுத்துட்டு போறதுக்கு. Bhagavan also laugh at us. You are complaining to me which is a non-existent problem. Bhagavane, நீ எடுத்துக்கோப்பா இந்த problem இல்ல. Bhagavan says, எங்க இருக்க problem? There is no problem. Where to take? How to take? People are standing in the queue and asking Bhagavan, take all my problems, remove all my problems. Just like this person calling the snake charmer and asking, take this snake. Puriyardo? Bhagavan looks at us. There is no problem to take. This is your own false interpretation because of your ignorance. Putra, putri, that projection is wrong. There is no object really outside. I told you there is rose flower, you say, which is rose flower here? You take all the petals, each petal, okay, one petal you take out. Where is the flower? Now show me rose flower. Only petals are there. Rose flower is not there. Then where is the flower? Where is the flower? Stem is there, petal is there. No flower. You call flower, flower, flower. It is Sukhapradaha flower, Dukkhapradaha flower. It is neither Sukhaprada or Dukkhaprada because there is no flower at all. Then what is that flower? Flower is Nama, Rupa, Vacharambhanam, Vikaro, Namadheyam. It is not there really. All names and forms are entire universe. We are giving reality to the object, to the person really. You come to the human body also. My daughter, my son, my husband, my brother, my sister. Who is your brother? Who is your sister actually? Look at the person. Skin, bones, blood, flesh, hair, teeth. Everything is flesh. Just look at the whole body. It's a flesh. Which one is your son? Flesh is your son, or blood is your son, or bone is your son? Which one? Who is your son? Where is your son in that body? Where is your daughter in that body? Which one is this I? You are telling, I am mother of so and so. Who is that mother? Mother is, head is mother, or hand is mother, or leg is mother. Who is mother? Where is motherhood? Daughterhood? This hood, no? This is called pramata, pramatru bhasyam. Whatever is pramatru bhasyam, bahya prapanchaha, bhokya prapanchaha is jiva srishti, is just false interpretation. You are interested in coming out of sorrow, insecurity, unhappiness? Are you? Are you interested in to remove sorrow, insecurity, unhappiness? Remove this false interpretation. Antara vikshepa. This is called avarana shakti. No, this avarana shakti you have to break. If you won't break this avarana shakti, you are miserable throughout life. Throughout life. This moment you can make your life wonderful. The same moment you can make your life miserable. Either your life is wonderful or miserable. Neither. How you look at it. Now perspective change is required. Nothing else is required. I want to change my daughter-in-law. No, don't try to change. I want to change my son. No, you cannot change. Uncontrollable, unpredictable. Everyone's nature. Therefore, don't try to disturb the Ishvara Srishti. Cognitive change, interpretational change, perspective change is required. Here only samsara. Here only moksha. Therefore, problem is not outside, problem is inside. Not inside, problem is you. You are the problem. We think everyone is problem, not everyone. We are only problem to ourselves. This is bandha karanam. Then comes 38 to 66. How to remove this jiva, srishti? Very nice to listen, but how to implement? How to remove this jiva srishti? Dukkha. Once I wake up in the morning, I am always insecure and I am always feel so limited, so finite. How to come out of this parichinnatvam? Vidyaranya says only one way. Brahma jnanena. Only by Brahma jnana. Discover you are Brahman. Disown you are body, mind, complex, mother of so and so. That is a temporary role. Don't hold on to the temporary role, mother, father role. That is antara srishti. Subjective creation. That is pramatru bhasyam. It is available to you only. What is nice to you is not nice to other person. Whom you are hating, criticizing is a wonderful person for other one. This person whom you are hating, thinking that this person is problematic to you, creating problem, is praised by many people, hundreds of people, he is wonderful to other people. Why he is not wonderful to you? Where is problem now? Tell me. Whether person is good or bad, decided by whom? What is the standard? சில பேர் சொல்ல அவர் நல்லா இருப்பார் சுவாமினி, வெளியில் அவங்களுக்கு எல்லாரும் அவர் காடு மாதிரி தான், வீட்டில் what to do? So therefore, these are all unending questions, doubts, a lot of doubts. Why people like this? Why people like this? Same question he also asking. Why my wife is like this? Why my wife is like this? She is this, why my husband is like this? My God, endless. Therefore, what we have to do? World cannot be, need not be, should not be changed or removed. Really speaking, let it be there and see that you have to get Brahma Jnanam by studying Shastra. Be in Shastra more and more. This study is not sufficient. Thursday, and Wednesday, once in a while, this won't work. First, கொஞ்சம் கிளாஸுக்கு வாங்க பரவாயில்ல அப்பப்பன்னு சொல்லுவோம். அதுக்கப்புறம் வந்ததுக்கப்புறம் it doesn't work. You have to give more time, quality mind to Shastra. Otherwise, everything is a problematic to you. Okay. So, Brahma Jnanena eva moksha. Now, Acharya says here, there are this Dvaitam also, Jiva Srishta Dvaitam, he divides into 3 types. Shastriya Jiva Dvaitam, Ashastriya Jiva Dvaitam. Then Ashastriya Jiva Dvaitam, 2 types. Elimination process. Okay. Now we are in elimination process. Of what? Ishvara or Jiva Srishti? Jiva Srishti or my Srishti? Jiva Srishti is easy. Elimination of? Say loudly. My Srishti. Now you are promising. Okay. It is like a promising. That's why I am asking you loudly. Elimination of my own projection, pramatru bhasya, antara srishti, projected false interpretation. I want to put a full stop today from this moment onwards. This moment or 4th chapter when we have started, that time onwards. 4th chapter when we have started, from that time onwards we have started elimination. Now we are telling what? This today. This is ending, summary. அப்படின்னா டுடே என்ன அர்த்தம்? நான் 4th சாப்டர் என்ன படிச்சான்னு தெரியலன்னு அர்த்தம். 4th chapter, the moment I have started the elimination process, I have started that. The process has begun, no? At that time itself. How? Shastriya Dvaitam is Vedanta Vicharaha. Keep Shastra until you get knowledge. That is also Dvaitam. Use Shastra and leave the Shastra. Tatra Vedaha Avedaha Bhavanti. Until you get knowledge, use Shastra. Okay? How? Shravana Mananam. Do Shravanam and do Mananam. Get knowledge. Shastra you keep. That is called Shastriya Jiva Dvaitam. You keep it with you. Just you take the Mahavakya from Shastra and leave the rest of the Shastra. Use Shastra fully, take the Mahavakya and leave that. Get the paddy, leave the husk. Okay? Don't leave the baby with bath water. Whole Shastra is like a bath water. Baby is Mahavakya. Baby is what? Mahavakya. After giving bath, you throw the baby. You should not. Take the Mahavakya and throw the water. Other portions of Veda, I am not interested in that. What I want only Mahavakya. Like that. Shastriya Jiva Dvaitam you retain until you get Jnana Nishtha Brahmavit na Brahmavit Brahmaiva. Until that time. Then what about Ashastriya Jiva Dvaitam? Rundirukku. Ashastriya Jiva Dvaitam, one is Raga Dvesha. Tivra Ashastriya Jiva Dvaitam, eliminate as early as possible. Raga, Dvesha, Kama, Krodha, jealousy, Madamatsarya, all this problem eliminate. Fast follow that 16th and 17th chapters. The methods he is giving how to eliminate this Ashastriya Tivra Mandana. Tivra you can eliminate by 5 steps he gives. One is Tivra Ashastriya Dvaitam by Viveka. You develop Viveka. By developing positive thinking, right thinking, you can develop good habits. Drop all bad habits. And they say, no, kudi kudiyai kedekkumna. Kadai kedikkum. Okay. Something you understand, no? Okay. And the bad habits are vidu udane. Raga towards bad habits. Drop immediately. That is Tivra Shastriya Dvaitam, dangerous. One drunkard spoils the entire family. Like that, so many other habits. Smoking, pan parak, drugs. People are having a lot of bad habits. They're all addicted to that raga. And dvesha towards certain things. This raga, dvesha, you have to drop at it, stretch immediately. Without batting your eyes. Postpone, tomorrow. By that time your life will be over. Never succumb to that. Then Manda Ashastriya Dvaitam Vikshepa Shakti. That Vikshepa here we call Manda Ashastriya Dvaitam, distraction. Not giving quality time for Shastra, quality mind to Shastra. I'm giving time to family, cooking, children, bringing up everything, but not for Shastra. How Shastra I can assimilate? Listening from past 15 years, Swamini. Ana samsaram pohali enna ardham. And the Manda Shastriya Dvaitam pole. I don't have raga dvesha, I don't have bad habits, but what? But attachment. Simple, slight attachment. There is no total devotion towards Shastra, total dedication towards Shastra. We do not know why we are studying also. Edo nimmadi varade anga pona. Enna varade nimmadi. So do develop pratipaksha bhavana. What are all weaknesses you have, mental level, fear, or worrying, or doubting? Take opposite thoughts, pratipaksha bhavana. One second step. Viveka, first step. Pratipaksha bhavana, second step. To eliminate tivra ashastriya dvaitam. Third one is prarthana. Do prarthana. Prayer. Do prayer. Bhagavan, give me right knowledge early, soon. Let me come out of all these worries, sorrows and all. Then sankalpa. Take a strong sankalpa. Use your willpower. Uddhared atmanatmanam. Never succumb to your weaknesses. Error is human. We are born with ignorance. We should not die with ignorance. We are born with ignorance. We should not nurture the ignorance. We should not die with ignorance. I want to die with knowledge. Okay. Six sankalpa. So this is, I say, I am going to come out of these weaknesses. Whatever weakness is there. Mala nivritti. All or vikshepa is a mala nivritti is possible by these methods. Then last one is satsangaha. Satsange nissangam. So be associated with sadhus, mahatmas, gurus. And the kallu and the jasmine plant is there, suppose. Jasmine flower is there. And the kallu also smells what? Jasmine smell. In the flower, and the kallu mele konja neram vechirungo. And the kallu eppadi smell varum? Jasmine smell. Kallu irukka and smell? Kadiyadu. Adhe madri Guru or Mahatma is like a jasmine flower. All mistakes, errors, lot of doshas are having, like a kallu. If I am associated with them, their good swabhava, thoughts, vibration comes to me. That's the only solution. Okay? Satsankalpa, satsanga. These are all very important to remove Manda Ashastriya Dvaitam. So Nididhyasana is the last abhyasa. You can take Tivra Ashastriya Dvaitam to remove by Shravanam Mananam. And Manda Vikshepa can be removed by Nididhyasana. Okay? Tivra Raga Dvesha Tivra Ashastriya Dvaitam Kama Krodhadi Tivra Dvaitam can removed by removing Ajnana. Shravana Manana Dvara. In the small manda Shastriya Dvaitam Vikshepa can be removed by Nididhyasanam. Sit and contemplate every day. Aham Brahmasmi, Pratasmaranam, Nirvana Shatkam, Mano Buddhya Hankara, Chittani Naham, Namrutyur Nashanka, Namejati Bhedaha. Like that you go on dwelling upon the teaching. Your Nididhyasana, Abhyasa, you can come out of this Manda Ashastriya Dvaitam also. One person come and suggest yoga, samadhi yoga, abhyasa is best. Samadhi, you sit, your world is not there for you, no samsara, no problem. That is not the way actually. Some people recommend samadhi abhyasa to come out of jiva srishta dvaitam. How long you can sit in samadhi? Once you wake up from samadhi, again jiva srishta dvaitam comes. So that's why uproot with root itself you have to take out. Samadhi abhyasa is like cutting from out branch. Again roots, that sprout will come. That is not the solution. What is the solution? Nididhyasanam, dwell upon the Shastra. What the abhyasa here? Ashtanga yoga. Samadhi abhyasa, what we talk is not this abhyasa. After studying Shastra, to assimilate the Shastra, you sit a quiet place and quietly dwell upon the teaching. Chiving, that what you have received, that you have to do. If you come with qualification, straight away after qualification to Shastra, there is no necessity of Nididhyasanam at all. But many people are backdoor entry. Without qualifications they come. Nididhyasana is compulsory. Maximum paper. Okay. Then 67 and 68 he gives the phalam. What is the phalam? Jivan mukti or jnana nishtha phalam. Advaya jnanam. Aham brahmasmi jnanam. Once you feel that after listening to Shastra, romba exciting ah irukum. Aha, I am not the body mind complex. Romba exciting ah irukum. After some time, no excitement. This is what my real nature. Amma, I am free from bandha. I am free from all problems. After coming to Swamini's class, very exciting ah irukum. Beginning la. Class is so wonderful, so excellent, so nice teaching. Enna bandhathilandi velila vanditan. I am muktaha. Nijama gnanam vandadukku appuram I recognize there was no bandha at all. Therefore there was no bandha. Where is the relevance of mukti? Now I am muktaha, no excitement. Enna bandham irundadana mukti. Bandham illenu na therinjinadukku appuram mukti becomes what? A big adventurous accomplishment ahuma. It's not a big accomplishment. That's why Brahma with na. I am not the knower of Brahman. Am I knower of Brahman? I am Brahman. I am being Brahman. I am not becoming Brahman. Being Brahman, there is no need of excitement. First lo konjam irukum excitement ellarkume irukum. Appa romba nalla irukku Swamini teaching. Appa evvalavu shastram enna shastram. You are Brahman. You were I was Brahman, I am Brahman, I ever will be Brahman. Na bandhaha na mokshaha. Chidananda rupaha sivoham sivoham. The Shankaracharya quotes even from Muktikopanishad and Vasishta Yoga. Vasishta Yoga, Muktikopanishad says, Brahmavit na Brahmaiva. He is not a knower of Brahman. Jnani never claim I am a knower of Brahman. Jnani remain as Brahman. Therefore, Mukti, Videha Mukti, Jivan Mukti, that is stress. Jivan Mukti, Videha Mukti, Bandha Vimukti, all these are just words. There is no Mukti, there is no Bandha. To recognize this, you have to study whole Shastra. So therefore keep Shastra until you get this Jnana. Don't drop the Shastra. Drop Tivra Ashastriya, Manda Ashastriya Dvaitam. Then keep Shastra until you get. Even you study Shastra, after getting this knowledge also, it is just your own glory you are listening, that's all. Nothing else. Therefore, moksha is not a big accomplishment. That's why Jnani never feel or think it is a great accomplishment. That's what he concludes the 4th chapter. With this, Vidyaranya conclude. Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om.